Hi guys, this is Karen. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about makeup for 40 plus women. So if you are falling into this category, welcome. If you're younger, then welcome. Everyone is welcome, but this is going to be the focus of this video, and I'm going to talk a lot about overconsumption. I am fascinated by this subject, and I think that this Christmas things got worse, if that's even possible. Okay, I'm going to start with a primer that I think is good for all ages, and even for us over 40 girls. It comes like this. This is very sticky, and sometimes it feels like you're applying something sticky to your face, and mine is almost over, as you can see. I'm not sure I'm going to repurchase because I have so many primers that are open and I should be using. And of course, I'm already past my skincare and everything is already done. And now I'm remembering that I forgot to apply sunscreen, which is not very good. Okay, what are we going to do? Okay, I need sunscreen. So, change of plans basically. I need sunscreen. There's nothing we can do about it, even though it is January and it's winter and it's 2025. So can we see? Does it zoom in? Yeah, no. This is from Avea, very high protection, 50 SPF plus. I'm trying to shake it because I haven't used that for a while. Wow, this color is definitely not my shade. But if I remember correctly, they said that they gave a tint so you can see where you applied and where you didn't apply. So one tip for me to you: always wear sunscreen 365 days a year. When you're leaving the house, of course. On days you're not leaving the house, there are people who says that even if when you're home you should be wearing sunscreen. I usually do not follow that specific thing because I usually do not wear SPF when I'm at home, except in dead summer, when it is the middle of the summer, let's say July, August. I even will apply SPF when I'm home. But at winter, I usually do not apply SPF when I'm home. I'm just being honest. Use every SPF you have at home. This is a mineral one. Don't neglect your lids. Also very important. Don't neglect them. They are also exposed to the sun, even if you're wearing sunglasses. And I read that you should apply SPF even if you're using your blue screens. I need for this to absorb, so I'm doing my brows because I look browless right now. This is from the Sephora collection. This is their Tint and Volume Brow Gel. Mine is in 02. This is way too dark for me and I really need to pay attention. So I will not apply too much because you will be able to see. No, this mirror is dirty. You will be able to see what I'm talking about. This is definitely not my shade. This is very dark, and I know that I still need to do my foundation, but still I feel like I have no brows, and you're talking to a browless person, which is weird. I'm not in a circus or anything. I do look completely white, but now I can wear my foundation, and I'm using my Dior Backstage in 1.5N, I found that, I don't know, last 2 months or so, all of my other foundations are too thick. I have the Revlon, which I really love, or used to love, or my Maybelline. I really need to mix them with a face oil, otherwise they're too thick and I don't like the consistency. So lately I've been using mainly Dior, usually off camera, but we are on camera now, so I do recommend using a liquidy, and maybe you can hear this. Let's do some ASMR. Can you hear that? No. Let's listen to the Revlon one. No sound. Okay, you didn't hear anything because there was no sound. So this is way very liquidy, and it gives a very sheer coverage, and this is what I recommend us girls over 40, something sheer, not heavy. Don't apply anything too heavy on your skin because everything will sunk in to your pores, to your dry spots, to your wrinkles. They will just get absorbed. So I'm just applying it with my fingers, and then I will use the sponge just a tiny bit, not excessively. I'm using this like a cream, like a moisturizer. Now I'm not going to apply anything under my eyes, so no concealer, and that's why I am applying the foundation under my eyes. If I were to use a concealer, I would not do that because we don't want to have double layers. So if you're planning to use a concealer under your eyes, then refrain from applying foundation under your eyes because it will be too much and it will be too cakey, because we need a very small amount of product under our eyes, especially if you have wrinkles there. Now if you have dark spots, then dark circles under your eyes, then do take care of them with a corrector like a peach or an orange, depending on your skin color, your skin tone. I highly recommend using a corrector. Today I don't have any black circles, so I'm not using a corrector. If I were to use a corrector, I would not apply foundation under my eyes. We need just one very tiny coat of corrector and one tiny coat of concealer if we're using the corrector. So don't overuse. And if you can see, I'm just taking my time with this blending because I want it to look seamless and pretty. Now I don't have a lot of coverage. You can still see my sunspots here and all of the blemishes here, but it gave me an even canvas to work with, and this is what we're looking for. Now I said I'm going to talk about overconsumption, and I'm going to say it now. I'm using a bronzer. Recently I've been using a bronzer here and here under my cheekbones. Can you see here? And here? Yep. And on my forehead. This is from Sephora collection in 02, if you were wondering. And I have to be honest with you, when I was younger, let's say before I found YouTube, my makeup collection was just in a little box, maybe even smaller than a shoebox. That's all the makeup I had. I had one foundation. I had a True Color, True Skin, something from L'Oreal. I had 4 eyeshadows. There were quads and from L'Oreal as well. I didn't have a lot of makeup, just tiny bit. I didn't have a primer. I didn't have a concealer. I just had the basics. I don't remember if I had mascara. I assume that I did, but you know, nothing too excessive. And I kind of want to go back to that period. Now it's going to take a long time because ever since I started doing YouTube, I bought so much makeup. I have a full Alex drawers from IKEA, if you know, full of makeup that, I'll be honest with you, 90% of this makeup is unused because 85% of it is eyeshadow palettes. I don't use, no, I was exaggerating. Maybe 80% are eyeshadow palettes. They take 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers. The big ones, the taller ones are eyeshadows. I hardly use eyeshadows anymore. So that was a complete waste of money. And I wasn't aware of it at the beginning, that it is overconsumption. I just saw something new. Where did I put, oh here. I saw something new in the store and or online on YouTube. I started on YouTube back when I started YouTube. We didn't have TikTok, and YouTube was the main source of makeup products. I'm just adding a tiny bit more, which is more than a tiny because I was talking. And YouTube was the main source for me for all makeup related videos or content. And I bought so much makeup. So much makeup is being rotten here and nobody's using it. I mean, sometimes my daughter, she's a teenager, she would use my products, but she doesn't use eyeshadows at all. Never. I mean, if she will use something is like this primer or this lip injection. Let's use that one from Too Faced, or maybe my lipsticks or something like that, maybe my blushes, highlighters, especially Rare Beauty. But that's it. Nobody is using it. So it can go the few scenarios here. Okay, I need to put some blush on. I'm using this one from e.l.f. This is in the shade Pinky Promise. Now I'm going to use a very, very small amount because this is very, very pigmented, and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and pick it up with my sponge. If I need more, I can always add more. You can see I took it there a tiny bit and it's very, very pigmented. Okay, here there's nothing left. Where was I? Okay, what are the options for me to do with my collection? First of all, I can use it. Again, I'm hardly using eyeshadows. You will see that today. So I can use it, but I don't use eyeshadows anymore. Not like I used to. I used to use eyeshadows all the time. Today, I hardly use eyeshadows, even when I'm out of the house. I hardly use them. I don't know if it's a me thing or it's global thing, but or maybe eyeshadows are returning. I don't know. I haven't bought a new eyeshadow palette in a long time. I think the last ones I bought were from Uden's Eye, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am, and forgive me if I am, or maybe Beauty Bay, something like that, but that was months ago. I haven't bought any new eyeshadow in months now. So my options are to use it or throw it, declutter. If I'm decluttering, I can either throw it away, which is wasteful, or give it to other people. But the people around me, my friends, my family, do not use makeup. They do not use eyeshadows. None of them. Nobody is using eyeshadows. What am I going to do with all these eyeshadows? I thought about donating them, but people at the shelter did not want them because they're not brand new. They want only brand new. So donating is not an option. If you have any ideas for me, do let me know, because I do need to do something with all of these eyeshadows. I also have a lot of blushes. A drawer full of blushes. Just blushes. Mainly powders, but also creams. I'm just using this Iconic London, and I'm using the highlighter. And it's way too much for one person. And again, my daughter is using some of my blushes. She really likes this one, for example, but a lot of others. But that's it. My son doesn't use makeup, surprisingly. I know. Sigma bronzer in dark. I don't know why I bought dark. Why did I buy dark? It's way too pigmented. But I just want to set the bronzer a tiny bit with this powder. So if you have an option for me what to do with all of these eyeshadow palettes, do let me know, because they're just sitting in a drawer collecting dust. Okay, if you saw my last video about my lip liner collection, I decluttered a few. I just wanted to give an update that the Rare Beauty one did not survive. I tried to sharpen it, but it did not survive. It was dry, it fell, so I had to throw it away. But I did save the small, no, this is not it. I don't know, yeah, it's here somewhere. Yeah, I did manage to salvage this beautiful ColourPop. I sharpened it until this is this small. This is in the shade, where is the shade? Oh snap, and we're going to use it today. I know I have the lip injection. Ah, it's sharpened. You know how long it's been since I used a sharp lip pencil? I think in a very long time. It's really hard to talk and be precise. Can you see here? I wasn't precise. It's not easy to be precise with your lip liner when you're talking. Okay, we need to put something on. What I'm going to put on? Maybe this one. This is the NYX Fat Oil Stick Click In, going viral. This is a very beautiful shade. I also have a lot of lipsticks, some of which my daughter is using, but not all of them. She doesn't like everything I have in my collection. Oh, this turned out beautifully. Okay, what am I missing? Okay, I'm missing my brows. But before I'm doing my brows, just because this is a video, I'm just going to take Going Coconut by ColourPop because it was here. Not because I had to pull it from my drawer, just because it was here from, I think, a very previous video. Just going to take some brown and apply it here. You could use your bronzer. Okay, we were talking about overconsumption, and I want to give you some tips. So I kind of missed the tips part. So my tip about the bronzer is looking for your cheekbone and applying the bronzer under the cheekbone as a contour. That will make you look younger, especially if you have a round face like mine. It will make you look younger and slimmer. This is a tip I got from one of you guys, and I really love receiving your tips. And about the blush, I want to say that I recommend that you will use as little as possible. As little as possible, because you don't need a lot of blush. You can see I used a very tiny amount. About the highlighter, I'm kind of in the fence about it. I do love highlighters. I have this quad that I really love from Dior. I think this is the last thing I bought. This is 004 rose gold. I don't know, I bought it on a whim in the store. Don't ask, I don't need it. What's this dent here? I have no idea. I definitely do not need this, that's for sure, but I wanted it, and this is the problem. So my recommendation about overconsumption is, before buying something, first of all, check your current collection. Check, maybe you have, I'm using this pink shade on my eye, which is a great way to use your highlighters, by the way. Check if you have something similar in your collection. Or check how many, let's say I want to buy this highlighter, and I'm telling you the truth, if I were now at Dior in the store looking for highlighters, I would not buy this. I think I bought it in March or something, or April or something like that. I would not buy it. Why? Because I don't need it. I have so many highlighters. So check your collection. Maybe you have something similar. Maybe you have enough highlighters for a lifetime. Maybe. Don't buy on a whim. Buy only if you really need it. This is my advice to you. Only if you really need it, buy it. Every once in a while you can splurge and buy one thing, but, and I'm guilty of it too, don't get me wrong, but Sephora hauls or Sephora shopping, too much stuff that I bet you will not use every day, because if you have 50 lipsticks or lip products, you will not use them every day. Well, most of us, basically. So if you already have highlighters, why do you need an expensive highlight palette from Dior? Now I'm asking myself this question. Why did I need to buy it? Oh, this is, by the way, a mini from Sephora collection, Love the Lift mascara, which is plain, doesn't do much then, just coat my lashes. But it's easy to remove and I like it. Okay, so this is the final result. I'm ready. I just want to say last two things. As a 40+ women, less is more. And if you need to take one thing from this video about makeup tips for 40+-year-old men or women, doesn't really matter, less is more. Less makeup is more beautiful. I did not apply a lot of makeup. I just overdo the bronzer, but that's it. Okay, I think that's it. Did I overdo the blush too? What do you think? I think maybe the highlighter was unnecessary because I had a bit of a blush from the blush. Yeah, okay. I had some shimmery from the blush, so maybe the highlighter was not necessary, but less is more. This is the main tip that I want you to take from this video. how old you are, it doesn't really matter. Less is more, and less stuff in your collection, believe me, will make you happier. You won't have to worry, what am I going to do with all this makeup? I mean, throwing it away is the easiest way to do, but it's just wasteful. Just wasteful. It costs you money, and now it's going to cost the environment money. Because now if you throw it to your garbage, then it will be, I don't know, maybe you will find it in a beach somewhere in Hawaii or in Thailand or in Indonesia. That's what happens to stuff that we throw to the garbage. Now, again, I tried donating it. I wasn't successful. I have no friends to give it to. So what am I going to do with all this makeup collection? Especially eyeshadows. I don't know. So less is more. Buy less. It's good for your pocket. Take that money and invest it in something. It's good for the environment because of all of the production cost and the shipping cost and logistics cost and recycling cost, and everything costs money. So you're saving for yourself and investing it in something other than makeup. I'm not going to suggest anything because I'm not an expert in this area, but invest in something or save it. So every time you have an urge to buy this Dior, take the $40 it costs and put it in your saving account. Just an option. So save your money, help the environment, and maybe if we buy less, then companies will reduce the amount of product that they're coming out with. Think about it. Do you know how many products come out to the market, I mean makeup, every single day? Gazillions in individual products. We don't need that. And if we will stop buying, they will stop making. Okay, that's it for me. I need to dash, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.